Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another T&D Vens market video on Pokemon. We got a lot to talk about, lot to unpack. We're seeing a lot of product reach all-time high. The market is absolutely booming. Today we're going to be covering the new set Ascended Heroes, the set soon to be released Perfect Order, some of the sets from Mega Evolution, some of the sets from Scarlet and Violet, and some nice sneaky buys. And without further ado, we're going to get right into this video. We got a lot to talk about. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Firstly, we're going to be talking about Ascended Heroes. The official release is finally out. ETBs are sitting at around 120. We see sales 122, 119, 120. I think this ETB is going to hold probably above 110. It kind of reminds me of Prismatic Evolutions a little bit. It's a great set. And I mean, if you could get your hands on this ETB at a good price, I would definitely go in on it. And Pokemon Center ETBs are sitting at around 230, 240. We got sales at 250. I've been trying to get my hands on one of these. However, at the price it's at, it's very challenging. But Ascended Heroes is looking great. And as you can see, if we're looking at the cards, Mega Gengar is actually going up, I believe. It's going up to 903. Whoops. Mega Dragonite's holding up. The Pikachu EX is still surprisingly a $482 card. I mean, there's a Team Rocket's Mewtwo. This set is unbelievably good. And the fact that most of these cards are really holding their value is kind of shocking to me. But there is a theory that many people are buying Ascended Heroes and not really opening their stuff, so it's limiting the market. As you can see, there's only 9 listings of the Mega Gengar. Hopefully, in a week or two, we see 20, 30, 40 listings, because we want to see this set crash a little bit, so it can create more of a buying opportunity. Next, we're moving on to Phantasmal Flames. I'm shocked for one on how well Phantasmal Flames is doing. The ETBs are at around almost $90. We have sales at 90, sales at 88. Yeah, the sales have just been booming for Phantasmal. It's kind of the Mega Charizard. Mega Charizard's sitting at around, it's kind of dipping down, but it's hovering at around $600. I mean, this is the best Charizard card we've ever gotten, so it shouldn't really be too much of a surprise. But also, this, like, TCG's glitching out right now. But we saw this booster box dip down to $213, and now it's at around $315. We have sales at $325. This booster box keeps going up. I mean, it's kind of shocking, because I saw this booster box when it was $220, and I decided not to pick it up because I thought this set was relatively weak. And now I'm a little upset. The Pokemon Center ETBs, which I also think is a pretty good buy, if you can get it for under $200. I mean, look at this artwork. I mean, like, that's one of the coolest ETBs we've ever seen. I think it's. I would wait on everything else, because eventually a restock's going to come. But however, this is surprising many people. Next, we're going to talk about Perfect Order. Perfect Order, it seems like nobody really cares about it. One thing that is honestly very good is that this booster box is at around $200. Like, it was under $200. For a booster box, like, that hasn't been a thing for years. So this is very beneficial for the market. I think the market will slow down a little bit, hopefully. However, we really don't know if it's going to be slowing down, as we're seeing the release of, obviously, the 30th anniversary. We're getting a lot of news on February 27th. You could see the amount of marketing they've been putting in. They had a Super Bowl commercial, and they were sponsored by the Olympics. They're doing a lot of marketing, and they're clearly trying to build the hype up. And I think that's why everything's pushing all-time highs, as we're going to see as I move on. Mega Evolution, Honestly, a very underrated set for a base set. And we're seeing the booster box. We're seeing it rise up. It's sitting at around $264. We have sales at 260, 265, 265, 270. Um, so this booster box is really pushing towards the moon. It was 220 less than a month ago almost. And now it's pushing up to 260, and I think it's going to go up to around 280 by the end of February. All right, the Mega Charizard UPC. Any of you guys who got in on it low, congratulations. It was about 130, 135, 140, and now it's obviously at 170. We're up 18% in the last month, and I don't think these are going to slow down. I think with the market booming, I think these are going to get to around $200 before. I think they'll probably get to at least 240, 250 before we even see a restock at Costco and places such as that. But we have sales for 190, 170, 175. This is about a $175 product at the moment, and it's only really going to keep going up because now product's drying up, and now people are getting FOMO and they want to get it. So congratulations to people who bought it in. And now we're going to talk about, I want to talk about two buys in the market where I think they're very undervalued, and you could be, if you want to rip or make a little money on the side. First off, the Salamence EX and Reshiram EX Premium Collection. It's at around 65 now. It was at about 60 a week or two ago. And, I still think it's a little undervalued. You think about it. A Destined Rivals booster bundle is $55, and this set comes with 5 Destined Rival packs, along with 5 Surging Sparks packs. Granted, Surging Sparks isn't the best set. However, I don't know. I feel like you're getting much better value than a booster bundle. So if you're looking to rip packs, I feel like this is a good spot. But also, I feel like this is a good spot to even put your money if you can get them in at $60. I feel like this could be a $80, $85 set in the span of 2-3 months, potentially. Yeah. Moving along, we have the Prismatic Evolutions Booster Bundle and Surprise Box. This is such a fantastic buy. Everything that is from Sam's Club always tends to rise up. We saw it with the 151 tins. We saw it with the Prismatic 2-pack. However, these are dropping again on February 27th, so be ready for that. And you should expect it to crash a little bit, but I wouldn't expect this thing to go below $90. So if you could try to squeeze your way in, try to get a 2-pack for $90, $85, that's definitely worth it. However, I would recommend going to Sam's Club and picking them up for $40 if you can and if you have the time. But I do think this is a great buy because these will easily be pushing 110, 120 by the time we're into March, especially with the 30th anniversary booming. Next, I wanted to talk about the Snorlax promo from 151. Obviously, the ETB is at around $450. And we know that the Charmander promo from Obsidian Flames is about $40. Granted, I'm not going to sit here and say this promo is better. However, it's from 151 and it's $18. And people are already starting to understand that. Like, as you can see, we were sitting at $14 about a month ago, and now we're up 18. We're up 61% in the last 3 months. And I feel like this has the potential to be a $30, $35 card a couple months down the line. Once 151's out of print, this card's going to skyrocket. I think if you could try to get in at around $15 for this card, $16, that's a good value. That's very good value, and I think this card will only rise up. Next, we're gonna talk about 151, of course. 151 is on an absolute surge right now. It is going absolutely crazy. Premium Collection recently has hit over $700. We're officially over that hump. And that's its all-time high. We saw it surge go up over 16 or 600 in September, and now we're over 700. And sales are at 720, 710, 710, 730, 750. This is like a $720 UPC, and it's only going to keep going up. Is there any investability there? Probably little, but I do think this could be a $1,100, maybe $1,200 UPC by the end of the year if the market keeps holding strong. Pokemon Center at around $1,000. 151 ETBs. ETBs, the normal ETB, can you believe that, is at $473. We're up 12% in the last month, and we have sales at 480, 495, 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. This is a $500 ETB. We are going to be, this is going to be over 500, and that's why I say pick up that Snorlax, because these ETBs are only going up, and I feel like the Snorlax promo will correlate with that. And if we also look, Charizard EX, I believe it's just surpassed its all-time high. Yep. Oh, wait. That is lightly played. Yep, we have surpassed our all-time high. We're at $306. The Charizard EX is absolutely booming. However, that's not all. If we go back, Blastoise is at $127. Venusaur is cracking $100. The Zapdos is cracking $90. The Charmander illustration rare is at $82. The Squirtle illustration rare is at $76. These cards are all surging right now. It's unbelievable. The Charmander in the last month has seen 23% growth. This was a $67 card at the start of the month and is at $82. The fact that an illustration rare is at $82 is kind of crazy. The Psyduck's on the run. The Pikachu's on the run. All these cards are just surging right now. And I think that's partially due to the 30th anniversary. Everybody's back. The nostalgia's coming in. Everybody wants 151. And clearly the numbers aren't lying. And we have all these all-time highs. The Blastoise is doing, honestly, unreal. The Blastoise is up almost 50% in a month. In a month, that is unreal. This was an $85 card 1 month ago. Congratulations to all the people who got him on 151 when it was much lower. Next, Prismatic Evolutions. I mean, not much to say. Kind of in awe. In the last month, we are up 24%. Up 36% in the last 3. We have officially reached a all-time high. We're at 172. I believe when the set first came out, it was at about 150, and now we're at 172. The sales are at 174, 174. It's going to be around. This will be a $180 ETB by the time February is over. We don't have any news of a reprint, so right now with the ETBs, the sky is the limit. The Umbreon is cooking over $1,000. We have the Pokemon Center ETB here. TCG's glitching out right now. However, this is a $400. This is a $400 Pokemon Center ETB at the moment, and it's only going up. The SPC I would hold off on. It looks like it might crack 300. However, the last sale was 270. People are a little scared because Sam's Club will be releasing. We don't know when. However, you're going to be able to pick up these UPCs for $69.99. That is an unbelievable price. So whenever they do announce that, I would highly, highly recommend trying to pick up those SPCs. That could be the best value you might get all year from any set. Moving along, I just wanted to do a brief overview of Obsidian Flames, because Obsidian Flames right now is doing something really shocking. It's going up at a really large rate. This was a $295 booster box at the start of the month, and now we're at about $340, and we're still going up. And this just goes to show like what the 30th anniversary is doing. It's making everything rise. And we're almost in the 350 category for this booster box. And like, I honestly, I see it only going up. I really don't like this set. However, it's really doing a good job. And the Charizard EX is also starting to move up a little bit more. I believe we had a high of 130 almost, 126. We had a high of 126. It obviously dipped down, but I could see this card maybe getting back up to like $85. But it's just shocking to me that the chase set of the set is $85, and this booster box is reaching $350. I'm a little shocked. Just wanted a brief overview of that. And the final set we'll be talking about is Destined Rivals. Will there be a reprint anytime soon? I feel like there has to be. Obviously, we saw unreal growth in basically the span of a month. We saw the booster box go up almost 50%. We are now dropping and flattening. We have now flattened out, which is good. We flattened out at about around 550, 560. Recent sales, we have 543, 536, 550. It's good that it's finally flattening out here, as you can see. I would say wait on a reprint. I think when a reprint does come, they are going to be, I don't know about printing into the ground. However, they're going to be printing this very heavily. I think this booster box will dip below 500 again, and I think it will be in the low 400s. But this set bringing so much nostalgia, it's going to be hard for this to really tank. We have the Pokemon Center ETBs over 400, and I do want to talk about, I mean, what is this? Look at this graph. The normal ETBs, we're at 190. They're probably going to be around 200. However, they are starting to flatten out. We do have sales at 200. We do have sales at 190. Will this ETB be $200? Probably within the next week, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's on an absolute tear. We're up 25% in the last month and up 52% in the last 3. It's pretty crazy. And the Destined Rivals booster bundles are at 53. But yeah, Destined Rivals is some things are going on a tear, some things are flattening out. But yeah, that's gonna do it all for this market video. I really hope you enjoyed. Comment down below anything you want to see next or questions you have on the market. I'd be happy to answer. And please like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. And we'll see you soon with the next one.